How you doing, folks? Eric Carlson here, running for Congress in the 1st Congressional District of Illinois. We are just under 3 weeks out from the primary, which is June 28th. So I ask everyone to go back and look at video 37, which I just put out. It's pinned. It's pinned on my Facebook page, and it's on my YouTube channel, Eric Carlson for Congress. Today I want to talk about something, the Chicago way. And people, if you look at video 37, and when I tell people about the corruption that there is in this state, in the city of Chicago, in Cook County, it's legendary. We lead the nation. We are the most corrupt county, the most corrupt city, the most corrupt state in this country. And there's a reason for that. Democrats control your life here. And I asked Democrat voters to please look at conservative values. Don't look at the D's and the R's. Look at what the candidate is actually going to do for you, because this country is on a knife's edge right now. And it's not going to go well. And you want to know how we got here. I'll explain to you how we got here. When you look at this stuff, the January 6th stuff that's going to go on tonight, and you look at everything that's happened with Department of Justice and the FBI and all the corruption you're seeing attorneys for the FBI file false reports to get illegal FISA warrants to spy not only on candidates, but probably a sitting president. This is beyond. If you don't realize how serious this is, this country is about ready to fall from the inside. And if you're not ready to send somebody to Congress that's actually going to go after the people responsible here, I don't fear them. I'm not afraid of them. I'm not a go along, get along to go along politician. I'm not a politician at all. I'm a former U.S. Army Ranger. I have absolutely no love or respect for career politicians. Absolutely none. That's why one of my biggest platforms that I'm running on is term limits. We have to get these people out of Washington. We can't fix everything else that needs fixing until we get the career people out of there, because they just do not get it. You saw this senator from Michigan the other day, Stepanow, basically with the let them eat cake moment of, I bought an electric car, so I drove past, so I don't care about the pain that you're feeling at the pump. Just so out of friggin' touch. It's pathetic. But I wanted to talk today about the Chicago way and how we got to this corruption in Washington, because it's the exact model. And if you're not from Illinois or you're not from Chicago and don't realize how this works, I'm going to explain it to you. So the Chicago way, for the longest time, it was controlled by the Daleys, okay? Democrat machine. So Mayor Richard Daley, he was the mayor. He got his son in as the Cook County State's Attorney. So that would be the prosecutor. So no one would look at them at the county level for corruption, fraud, any of this other stuff. You get them in there. What they do is they hire the people they want, they promote, and they appoint people in there to make sure that they cover all levels of the government, from the prosecutor's office. So when you get that, you have control. Now, Illinois Speaker Madigan, also from the city, comes from the same group of people. This cabal that they have set up there that's been in control for 75 years in this city. He gets his daughter in as the Illinois State's Attorney. So now we know that nobody's going to look at them for what they're doing at the county level or at the state level. What's left open? The Fed level. Historically, the feds, people don't remember what in my last video I talked about the corruption in Cook County. And if you just go back and Google Gray Lord, if you don't know what Gray Lord is, and if you think that went away just because they prosecuted 73 judges and attorneys in the Cook County system, you've got another thing coming. Nothing changed. Nothing changed after that. So how do you avoid problems at the federal level? Well, the Chicago machine gets behind Barack Obama for president. They get Barack Obama elected. Now, Barack Obama has the ability to what? Appoint the Attorney General and basically tell him what he's going to go after, what he needs to focus on. So now you're covered at the local level, the state level, and the federal level. Nobody's going to come knocking on your door. And what happens here is Barack Obama gets Eric Holder, who was also, as a side note, held in contempt of Congress, was subpoenaed, didn't show up, nothing was done to him. Unlike Peter Navarro the other day, who was shackled, handcuffed, and dragged out of an airport by people who have weaponized the DOJ and the FBI. You don't know how serious it, well, most of you do. If you're conservative, if you've been watching what's going on, you understand. If you're a liberal or a Democrat, a conservative Democrat, and you see this, should scare the shit out of you. What's going on in this country? We cannot survive the way this is going. This needs to be gutted from the inside out. The FBI, the DOJ, these things need to be gutted. And I'm sick of people like Sean Hannity and stuff getting on there wearing his FBI pin and telling me how great the FBI agents are and there's just a few at the top. No, if that was the case, someone would have come out. If they weren't worried about their careers or themselves, they would have the courage to step up. Like I said, I'm not afraid. I will go there and I will call out everyone. I will ask for investigations. I will push everyone. Left, right, center, I don't care. But this country needs to be saved, and it's not going to get saved by anybody else running in this race for the 1st Congressional District. There is no one in this race that knows the insides like I do, because I've lived them. I've lived with this stuff. So here we go. Barack Obama. Who do they send to be his chief of staff in Washington, D.C.? The Dailies. Now he moves up. He becomes mayor here after a few interim people while he was coming up in the system. He had Jane Byrne and a couple other people in there. Sawyer. Sorry, I'm forgetting. And he was actually, Harold Washington was actually the congressman in the 1st District, the position I'm running for now. So you send Bill Daley, Richard Daley's brother, to be the chief of staff for Barack Obama. So he's in the White House, in the Oval Office, keeping an eye on everything for these guys here. And if this sounds like a third world, this is how it runs here in Chicago. They took the Chicago way and brought it to a national level, something that they had never been able to do, and they finally got done. So after Bill Daley stayed there for the first couple years, then they sent Rahm Emanuel, who is a congressman here from Chicago. They sent him. So when he gets done being the chief of staff there, he comes back and he gets to be mayor of Chicago. You see how this works here? But nothing gets done without the say-so here to keep him in power, to keep them in power, to keep their cabal and they do not want to fix your problems, people. They do not care about you. They care absolutely nothing about you. I don't care if you're black, white, brown, yellow. I don't care. They do not care about you. They do not care about your problems. They just want to give you enough crumbs to keep you voting for them, to keep them in power to do what they want to do. So 8 years of Obama, he gets to infiltrate, just like you did here with the Cook County State's Attorney and the Illinois State's Attorney. You get to infiltrate the DOJ and the FBI. You get to put your people. That's how you get people like Strzok and Page. You promote those people inside. You'll point them to the next higher level. So you cover all the supervisory positions. You're never going to get rid of all the conservatives that are working the menial positions, but you can keep them from getting promoted. You can drive them out just by sheer them getting fed up with it and walking away. And that's how you get a leftist DOJ. And that's what you're seeing right now. These people being held for January 6th, trespassing, are held in solitary confinement. And I know a little bit about solitary confinement. Solitary confinement for 7 months now for trespassing. You think that's right? You think that's not a political... That's trying to scare you. That's trying to scare you. You better never, ever think about coming out and protesting what they do. And when they get control, when they get further control, the things that they want, if they take your guns away, then they have nothing to fear. That's where this stuff is going. That's where this stuff is going. If you don't realize it, people, you have to send someone to Congress that's going to do so. On the Democrat side, you're going to get the typical, oh, you know, I'm gonna fight for you, and no, they're not. They're going to do exactly what Nancy Pelosi says. If you send a Democrat to Washington, if you vote for a Democrat, Republicans are taking the House and most likely going to take the Senate back. So nothing Democrats put forward is going to get brought to the floor. Nothing's going to get voted on. So if you actually want a representative who can get things that matter to the people in the 1st District, you have to be able to focus on an international, a national, and a local level running for Congress. Most of the people running, especially on the Democrat side, are community activists and stuff they worry about, and that's fine. You got to worry about local stuff. And most of them, I think, their heart's in the right place. They're just their policies. They have no idea how to fix it. Just like the guy who was in there before them had no idea how to fix it. So he went off and he did stupid shit. You know, what did we get out of Bobby Rush? Did we get help in the black community about the murders? No, what we got was an anti-lynching bill. Okay, no one's been lynched in the United States since 1968, the year I was born. There was one person lynched that year. Before that, it was 1964, and there was 4 people lynched. So no one's being lynched. So to come out and use that terminology, we already have, there's laws against murder. You can't murder anybody. There's hate crimes. So if a judge looks at it and says, hey, you did this based on race or on ethnicity or whatever your reason was, and I deem it a hate crime, they can enhance that. So this law was a waste of time, a waste of effort, but what it did do was get the word lynching out in the public spectrum to keep black people thinking that somebody's going to come and get you and somebody's going to lynch you. It's divisive, and it's meant for a reason, to keep us divided and keep everybody looking over their shoulder and worried about the other guy. Americans are not that divided. Americans get it together, but people at the top, if you're not divided and kept in your problems, kept focused on your problems, then if you're focused on your problems, you're not going to see the big picture. You're not going to see what they're doing to you. So I just want you to think about this. There's only one candidate on the Republican side or the Democrat side that's going to go there and literally fight these people, kick in doors and hit people upside the head with logic and reason, because that's what needs to be done, because you're going to lose this country. And this is not being dramatic or anything else. You are on the verge. If you know human nature and history, we are about ready to fall apart in this country, divided, and it's because of these people, and they don't see it. All they see is they get their power. They want to stay in power. They will hold on to that power any way possible. So if you want someone who's not a politician, who's not afraid of them, who's going to go there and literally expose everything up there. I don't care. For 2 years, you know how much damage I could do up there to them in 2 years? I don't care if I don't get reelected. I don't care. I've already pledged. Half of my salary is coming back to the district because, number one, the pay of Congress should be cut down to the median median income in the United States, which is about $56,000 a year. That's what Congress should be making. You should be making what the average American makes per year, so you can feel what they feel. Now, most of them are independently wealthy anyway, so it's not going to make a difference. But I personally have pledged half of my pay when I go to Congress to nonprofits in the district. So, and we'll divide that equally amongst nonprofits in the city, in the rural areas, in the suburbs. We're going to do that. I'll probably do it quarterly, so I'll figure that out. But if you want to know who's not going for money and not going for power and not going there to kiss anybody's ass, I'm your guy. So again, I ask you to please share this stuff, get word out. We're less than 3 weeks from the election. And also, please go and look at video 37. And if you have any questions, please, by all means, ask me, send me a message. You can go to ericcarlsonforcongress.com, and my email is on there. I'm a one-man campaign, so I get all the emails. I try and get to them as fast as I can and answer them. Hopefully none of them slip through the cracks. I think I've gotten to all of them. And I'd like to thank everybody out there for the support. People that are sending me messages and everything, saying keep going, and I appreciate it. So again, please share this. My name is Eric Carlson. I'm running for Congress in the 1st District. Thank you.